Today we are going to learn a new tool named Multego, right? So you might be thinking that hey, Multego is generally used by red teamers, pen tester. Now why the hell you want to learn about Multego? Remember, the tool is open source and you can use it in your SOC journey as well. Yes, I am right. So today's episode, I am going to show you how you can utilize Multego in your SOC profile, how you can build awesome write-ups, how you can build your investigation report, timeline, play your runbooks and create your awesome runbooks using all of this OSINT Gather platform. So isn't it fascinating that the tool that is known or used to be collection gathering or by the red teamers, we are going to use it in-house for blue teaming purpose as well, right? So I'm going to show you some like basic architecture, how you can install this particular tool, and I am going to run down some maps, demo maps as well, so that in your house or in your report you can utilize this tool as well. And we are starting right now. Okay, so the first thing first, let us see from where you can basically download this application. So if you are running like a Kali Linux or something like a pen testing application and operating system, something like Parrot as well. So this application comes by default in built in your operating system. But since we are going to use this particular application as a like defense solution, so we will be using Shift Workstation, or even you can use Ubuntu, so that doesn't come by default. Okay, so for installation you just need to come to this particular this particular URL and domain. So I'll leave the link in the description, and depending upon your operating system you can go for the installation. So I am using the Linux, so I have downloaded this particular zip into my machine. So what I'm gonna do, so here was my this particular, so after getting that particular zip file, so I have extracted that file and you will get these files into your machine. Okay, so it's easy at this particular point of time. So what you need to do, so this particular script is a bash script. Okay, so you just need to fire up this particular script as like bash Multego. Okay, so that will keep on running. So it will pull down some Java repositories and stuff like that, and like whenever you are installing this particular thing is the first time, the first time usage, it will pull down some Java repositories and Java prereqs which is required for this first time run. But after that is done, so you will see that this particular thing is popping up and coming up into your screen. So you can keep on minimizing this particular terminal because you don't need that, but don't kill this particular session, because if you kill that, so your exe, the web that you are basically running on the Multego, it won't run. Okay, and one thing is very important, so whenever you are doing it as a first installation and first use, so Multego will ask you to create your user account. Okay, so for internal use purpose you can use the community edition that comes in Multego, and they have like their enterprise license model as well. Okay, so for our tutorial we are gonna use the commercial edition as well, so the community edition, not commercial apology. So we will be using that, and the account creation is free. Okay, so you can create it and you can play around with it. Okay, now so once you have loaded everything, so you will see this particular area in front of your screen. So this particular thing will tell you that what are the Multego transforms that you need to have or you need to install. Okay, so remember, Multego transform are nothing but your OSINT platform. Okay, so your OSINT tools. So since we will be interested on defense side, and we are not gonna like used as intelligence gathering for any of the something like pen tester point of view, or like doing red team assessment for any kind of resources. So we are concentrated on something like a SOC parameters or phishing parameters, stuff like that. Okay, so this, as you see here, so you will see here like phishing, then there are something also like SOC. So I have already ticked it, this particular option. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to come to this area and you need to just check on the details, like whatever this particular hub or this particular transform is giving you, then you can keep on installing them. Okay, and some of the installation comes as a paid solution, something like Alien Vault OTX. Okay, so if you want to install this particular sucker over here, so it will ask you for your Alien Vault OTX API key. Okay, so now remember, if you have an if you have license to use some like API key, something like VirusTotal, I have my API keys, so you can pretty much incorporate that API key and you can run your observable and you can run your transform through those particular sections. Okay, so so I have almost, you know, some of my transform already there. So what I basically need now, if you need something else also, like if you want to do some malware research, right, so you will see that there are multiple options like CrowdStrike, Intel CrowdStrike, ThreatGraph, hybrid analysis, like, so these are basically everything, and then Threat Miner. So I have this particular thing installed. VirusTotal Premium, if you have that service, you can have it, like Palo Alto, and depending. So if you see, this is not only limited to any particular area. Okay, so you have a slew of options that is available to use and to leverage for you to use it for a defense mechanism. Okay, so that's our motive to use that. Okay, so okay, so once you have installed some Maltego transform hubs, so what the next step is that, so you need to create a new graph over here. Okay, so if you click this particular this plus icon over here, so it will land you to this particular page as new graph. It takes some time to load, so be patient with it, and it is something like so not for commercial use, right? So you cannot use it something like doing your commercial stuff or you know, like selling to customers, something like that. But if you are interested to learn it internally and if you want to use it within your organization, so the commercial, like the community edition works like charm. Okay, now comes the main part. Okay, so how basically we want to leverage this particular graph. Okay, so in the left hand section you will see that the entity palette. Okay, so what are the different types of entity you might be having over here? So you might have different kind of patterns. Okay, so even you can create your incident timeline over here. So let's say if you have a CV, so you can just drag it over here. So it will load that particular CV here, and you can, you know, you can keep playing with it. Okay, so you see this CV is loaded. Now depending on which CVE ID you are working on, so you can edit that particular option over here. So you will see this particular right hand area, so you can correct the proper version over here. So if you want to quickly check the log4j, right, so let's assume that you are creating your Maltego graph for a log4j incident, right? So you can create that here as well. So let us quickly verify what is the log4j CVE. So we will take up the main CVE, right? And you can, you know, play around with it. Okay, so let's take this particular sucker over here. Yeah, so now what you can do, you can simply paste it over here, right? So once you paste it, it's changed, right? So now let's say you are investigating this particular CVE and you are having you have observed multiple attackers that is trying to scan your network, and you need to build on the topology out of it, right? So how basically you can do that? Okay, so let's assume that you have an IP address. Okay, so you drag this particular IP address section over here, and what you need to do, you need to again change this parameter. Okay, so you can double click over here, so that will also give you to enable this particular option, or you can edit this particular thing here as well. Okay, so what we can do, let us quickly grab one particular IP address that is related to log4j. Remember the Russian IP address, right? So we can leverage that IP address and we can run our transform. Let's do that now. Okay, so I have found one IP address that is associated with the Log4j attack, and so industry has seen this particular IP address and one Russian IP address, which was responsible for exploiting this particular CVE. Okay, so what you can do now, so you can right click over here on this particular node, and you will see that this run transform options are coming up over here, right? So what you can do quickly, you can run a VirusTotal API transform, and what it will do at the back end, it will pull up all of the data that is related to this particular IP address in the VirusTotal. Okay, so which might be available in VirusTotal, and that will be populating here shortly. Okay, so it takes some time to pull out the data, and so basically what happens at the back end, so it queries the data. Okay, so now you see one result found, 5 results found. So these results are coming back over here, right? So you see, so it is stuck somehow, but now you see this particular thing has populated awesomely, right? So now this particular IP address transform has been loaded. So you see this so log4j text, this particular thing was involved in this in this particular area, right? So that means this IOC is correct for the log4j. Now what you can do, so you have got other IP addresses which are related to this particular a strain as such, right? So you see there are domains associated with it, right? So and you see there are multiple options, right? cPanel Inc. There are some other domains also, authentication token. You have got a slew amount of information just by running a simple transform script, right? So now, so the useful thing is that you don't need to go anywhere to collect your evidences or information about that particular IP address, right? So in Maltego, you have loaded everything. Now, depending on these particular domains, these particular IP addresses, you can build your detection topology. So it is not only now related to only one IP address. You have got like tens of IP addresses, tens of domains on which you should build your detection topology so that your log4j can be stopped to somehow, right? So I'm just giving an example. Okay, so there could be something else also. So now, so what next? So now if you want to bind this particular option, right, with your the log4j, that's particular CVE, right? Okay, so that thing was removed, I guess. Okay, so I'll take that particular sucker up once more, and I will copy this particular investigation from here. Okay, so this one was the CVE ID. I'll go back. I will edit that particular option. Yeah, so that is done. Now you can create a auto link over here. So what you need to do, you need to just select outside. So don't select any of the nodes, and you can simply drag your right click and just drag and link over here. So, okay, so this is particular an option which can give you the level. So if you want to put some level, let's say attacker IP. Okay, so just put a level on attacker IP. So what it will do now, so this particular CVE, when you are building this timeline, you see this particular IP address has been mapped to this particular CVE. Now you can go back to your your org or your management and say that, hey, I have observed this particular IP address in my logs, and I have built all of the detection capabilities according to our need. Okay, so I'll delete this particular option over here, so it is duplicate, and so that you can come back and you can say that, hey, we have full coverage. Okay, so it is not only limited to that, but you will see that so there are other options also available, right? So what you can do now, if you want to go deep dive to identify if something else is also there, so you see there these are DNS options, right? So what you can do, you can right click and you can run your all of the transform, right? So you will see there are threat miners, search in MISP and all other data. So so I haven't integrated MISP as of now with this, but you can do that as well. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's run this all transform for sake of this tutorial. So okay, so run anyway. So whatever the API keys and whatever the by default information is already present, so it will give me that particular information. Okay, so you see the data is loading. Okay, so data is querying virus total. It has queried URL host and some other transform evidences as well. Okay, so now it is loading. So as you see, it is only 14%. Okay, and you see the chart is getting populated already, right? Yeah, so transform search in MISP returned error, because obviously I do not have the keys, right? Okay, so I will dismiss all. So I don't need this error because I know about this particular thing. And now you see dismiss all. So you need to keep on dismissing all the alerts for which you do not have the proper authentication or even your API keys created, right? So now you see it is 95%. So now it will be done almost. Yeah, so it is done now. So what you can do, so oh my god, so you see there are slew amount of information you have gathered only from this particular DNS information, right? So now if you come here, so you see there are so much of information. So you have got your certificate information, you have got your the next node which is related to this. So you have got your NS information about this particular DNS records, and you have got the time also on which this particular thing got resolved. Okay, so at the back end, so this particular domain has been resolved by Maltego, and you will see the date and time information. Okay, so the last DNS record found when you see there are webmail also registered to this particular thing. Okay, so now let's say that you have something like so now interesting part, you see, so it is going back to this particular IP address as well. So that means this particular DNS record is trying to resolve from this IP address, and it is coming back and it is again resolving another different kind of nodes, right? So now there are a lot of other options also available. So you can directly jump into some domains. Okay, so let's say this is one domain, right? So and now you identify while doing your malware investigation or about log4j or anything, that doesn't really matter. You might have identified one malware, right? One malware domain or one C2 domain. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's take up quick malware domain. And let us run some searches. Okay, C2 domain, just to check so what are the other information that we can pull out from Maltego. Okay, so I'll go with any of the hash values. So I'll go to details. So I just want to search about some URLs which might be suspicious for us. Okay, or which we can test and we can know that, okay, so this is suspicious. Okay, or we can go directly to URL host, and from URL host we can grab any of the malicious IP addresses, right? So yeah, so you see this is something interesting domain. Okay, so this is online. So let us grab this particular thing over here and let us pull to Maltego, right? Okay, so I'm not going to give the full information, so I'm just going to give this particular the domain name, so we can omit this particular HTTP information as well. Now what you can do, you see there are machines options also available right now. If you want to see that if you have an EDR solution and stuff like that, and you want to understand that if I have any of my machines which is communicating to this particular C2, even you can do that, provided you have the EDR or your HIDS talking to this particular Maltego and you have the transform here script up, right? So what we can do, we can quickly create a public scan on VirusTotal just to see whether we have anything interesting stuff going on over here in VirusTotal. Okay, so in VirusTotal, I believe there is nothing that information has been provided. So VirusTotal API scan done. So that means this particular domain as such, it is not a malicious domain. Okay, so let us go back to check VirusTotal whether it is running properly or not. So obviously the end result of the DLL file should be malicious. Yeah, so you see this particular domain was not malicious. Now if I scan this particular full information, it should be malware. Okay, yeah, so it is one only Bitdefender has been identified as malware. Okay, so let us try once more. Again, URL host, I believe that is also available over here, right? So what we can do, we can quickly remove this particular thing and we can paste this particular whole okay, so I believe there should be one palette information for URL. Yes, so there was URL option also available. So what you can do, we can create this URL. What could be the URL over here? So you can paste it, and so now let us run VirusTotal scan again this particular URL. Okay, so we have observed manually that this particular thing was malicious in like one Bitdefender. So it should give us some value, right? So it is giving us the result, right? So it is harmless 81.93. So that means it has some kind of result that is giving us the data, right? Okay, so it is now resolving to the origin of this particular domain name information, and you see there are download options also available. Now you see so analysis status, you can see at the right hand section. So harmless is 81 and 2 is malicious. So exactly the thing that we have observed in VirusTotal. So now what you can also do, probably if you have something like an URL host or something, let us check URL. Yeah, to payload to payload to URL tags, look up in URL host. Okay, so that you can run. Okay, so anyway, so we have taken this particular link from URL host. Now what we are exactly doing, we are querying back URL host from Maltego to identify if we have any hits or not. Okay, so now let us go back to our screen over here. So transform lookup has done from the entity on the Maltego, and URL host has also done its relation. So now if I come back to here, so you see the title and other stuffs has been populated over here. Okay, and you are seeing the exact information from URL host. Okay, so URL host is giving the reference, URL status is online, exactly the URL that we have observed, and you see there is a threat, that is malware download. Okay, and you see there are tags also present from this particular URL, that okay, so there could be a malware sample that can be downloaded out of this particular domain. Okay, so what you can do now, so let's say if you have identified something that okay, so this is one of your domains. So I am just again giving some just example to you guys. This might not be related or relevant to the actual case, but what you can think of, okay, so I have observed this particular C2 communication from one of our host that is vulnerable to this particular log4j, right? So what you can do, you can come here or you can write something as computer. So there is an tag for endpoints, so you can pull that particular thing up. There is desktop computer, so you can use this particular icon over here, and what you can do, probably you can create. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit over here if it is not visible properly. So now what you can do over here, so you can simply drag a link from here to here. So that means this PC in our network is vulnerable to this log4j. Okay, So now what we are doing it over here, and we have observed this C2 communication happening from this PC to this particular link. Okay, your might be your EDR has triggered one alert and which has given this particular option. Okay, so by doing that you have linked everything. Okay, you have linked all of your timelines, and there are a slew amount of option which you can utilize. So there are options to write down your let's say if you want to like analyze any kind of phishing emails. So you have a conversation email types, you had date times, if there is an incident. Okay, so there is an incident, right? So so this particular thing is totally out of context. So the way Maltego has designed is to work on actual cases. It might be something like a sophisticated murder case or something like that, but we are using as a security incident case, right? So incident in our terms could be anything which is related to a security breach, right? So in this particular log4j, you might have an incident up and running, right? So what you can do, you can simply come here and you can tag your incident number over here, and you can play around with it, right? So let's say it's an incident. Okay, so you drag a particular option from here. Okay, so this is driven one incident. Okay, so and you need to update this particular so you can mention the start time, stop time when the incident got resolved, and the location, okay, where actually this incident has happened, the location. So we can type something like India, and so country code is very important, right? So you see it is ZA right now, so we can write IN, and you see the flag got changed to India flag, right? So from the SA flag. So this is the basic way, guys. And now if you want to export this particular thing, there are options. So you can export this graph as an image, like something like your PNG. So let's see a test. Okay, Maltego maps. So let's see a test. So you can save the whole graph. So now if you save this, so it will take some time and it will be loaded. Okay, so it is done now. And now if we go back to our Maltego, the area where we have stored the results, here Maltego maps, you come here, this test.png. Okay, so you see this particular graph has been loaded properly, right? So CVE, there is an incident, there was a PC which was vulnerable to this particular attack, we have identified one domain, there are a lot of communication happening. It is one IP address which is attacker IP which identified from exploiting this particular CV and stuff like that. So we have got all the information about this particular IP address, and now you can basically leverage this particular thing, and you can create your detection topology. You can even create your awesome timeline. You can create everything using Maltego, right? So this is a basic trick or something like a way that we Defender people basically use this particular tool for our need, so that we can say that, hey, this tool can be used by red teamers doing OSINT information gathering, but as a blue teamer, you can also leverage that tool and you can make awesome like a presentation on like incident report as well, right? So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you have learned something. So Maltego was a long time in my list to show you guys because it's an open source solution and it's an awesome tool. So try that tool out, create your incident report and show it to your management. Your management will be fascinated. Okay, so yeah, that's all, and I hope you have learned something. Now before even leaving, please leave some comment, and if you want me to show something else, feel free to post that in the comment and let me know how do you feel about Maltego and these other versions of using Maltego, not as a red teamer but as a blue teamer. Okay, and obviously don't forget to subscribe to Black Pearl so that you get all of this awesome information coming to your way right after I download over it, right? So stay healthy and I'll catch you guys next time.